Hi, this is Mr. Cordes, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go over and review with you the Hero's Journey project. We have studied the Hero's Journey now, looking at lots of different stories. We practiced with a story of your choice. Our goal now, ladies and gentlemen, is to create a circle chart kind of image or poster that reflects a story of your choice. So as I've instructed already, you're going to select a story, one that you're familiar with, and you are going to go into detail offering us different explanations for each of the heroic elements in the hero's journey. We have been focused on this document. We've looked at this several times. We've seen this circle chart before, and we have filled out like the explanation. We filled out a story example. We've kind of done those in columns and kind of blocked it apart. This assignment is more creative, yet still requires us to have explanation in detail and story examples. So we're going to kind of mesh the two together. So essentially what you are doing is you're creating like a circle chart poster. All right. You'll notice here is an example from Star Wars. You'll notice that there are images throughout the entire journey. And that's essentially what you're piecing together. So you are looking at a story. You're going to find images online of that particular event and place them onto the hero's chart. So looking here, it says, must be completed according to your character and their story. So if you have selected an item and you've got all of the information here, this is going to be your starting point for doing your project. This right here, it says pictures must be present for each element of the hero's journey, large and visible and in color. So if you look over here, ladies and gentlemen, you already have some sort of example from that story. Now your job is to identify an image. So what is the image of him or her crossing into the threshold? What is the image that you could use that would represent the transformation or the atonement? Okay. And you're going to place them where they belong on the circle chart. Now, along with that, you will need a short description, 3 to 5 sentences of what's happening for that element. Okay. You can either put in a little text box. You can either set it up on your piece of paper or your document to have it off to the side. That's perfectly fine. But you need 3 to 5 sentences explaining each of those elements for your character. So if your character is here and you're describing the supernatural aid, you would need to give me 3 to 5 sentences of how they got it, why they have it, how does it help them. You'll need to give me 3 to 5 sentences about what their known world and unknown world is, right? You're going to need to give me 3 to 5 sentences about their return and what that looks like for them as they exit the unknown world. Full explanation for each of those components. Okay. Proper grammar, spelling, sentence construction, punctuation. Like you obviously want to write out your items and write them out well. And then obviously time, energy, and effort. Now with that, as you can see here, this was just a simple picture that I put together of Star Wars. Quickly did it. There's a couple items here, that's on the pre-existing image that I had found. So I kind of meshed it all together. You'll notice that I do not have my sentence explanation. So I would need to mark that around and explain what's going on for this film. But the other thing is for time, energy, and effort here, you've got 2 options. One, you have the option of doing this online. Okay. If you know your computer, you know how to like paste images, write a text, make it all one, make it look good, absolutely go for that. If you're thinking to yourself, there's no way, I'm not a computer person, I can barely get through a Google Doc, totally fine. If you want to go to like a real piece of paper, draw it out, draw the images, you are allowed to draw if you would like, print pictures and then put them on here and then just have one image, you also have that option. Okay, if we were in the classroom, you would be required to bring in like the poster with the explanation, all of it, give presentations. We're not going to worry about that right now. Right now, our goal is to figure out how do I craft this and how do I craft this well. So I've had people before go into, like, let's say they selected Superman. And in the center here of the circle, they put his symbol, the S, and they began to pick pieces from the different films that correlate with his journey. Okay. Last year, there was a girl who really was into Wonder Woman. So she put like the Wonder Woman symbol in the center and then made her items surround that. Anything that kind of connects to your story, you want to be creative. Series of unfortunate events, maybe that's the story that you've selected and you're going to look at like the first 3 books or the first 2 books. Maybe you put the eye right here, that symbol that was on Count Olaf's ankle, and then you begin to piece this items together around that. So your goal is to kind of be creative. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be energetic, simply because you get to pick what your hero is and kind of piece it all together. And you are the scholar in saying, this is the event for his call to adventure. This is his supernatural aid. This is my heroes crossing the threshold. This is the known world and unknown world. So you are the one who gets to piece that all together and become the scholar and say, yes, this is his hero's journey. And you get to explain that. Okay. If you do have questions or concerns about this chart, if you're still lost, you're like, hey, I'm not really sure what the abyss is for my hero. We have this big battle scene, but he doesn't really die. Could I say this? And you need help bouncing off ideas? Absolutely. Message me, contact me, and we will figure out what those elements are so that you can write them down properly. Okay. When you do select your hero and you put your couple options in, please make sure that it's a story that you are familiar with. Okay. Please don't pick the Green Lantern, but you have never read a comic about him. You never saw the movie. You're unfamiliar you want to pick something that you're familiar with. Okay. You think back to, like Pixar films are always good. Disney films are always good. Even television shows sometime that are like an hour or 2 episodes kind of track the hero's journey in small capacities as well. It's up to you. It's how you see fit. Okay. So message me if you have any questions or concerns. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. Take a look in the Google Classroom for due dates and what this looks like. Message me if you have any questions or concerns. I'll talk to you guys later.